Hey everybody, I'm Doug Robinson, sorry to go. And so thank you very much for coming here tonight. I want to thank Fadós for hosting this event, and thank American Outlets for being here. We're going to try to have a soccer conversation about soccer in Atlanta. We have 8 World Cup matches here. I'm going to be joined by Dean Nixon, CEO of Arthur and White Sports and Entertainment, and he runs Mercedes Stadium. Michael Ridley, Vice President of Marketing for Atlanta United, and Jim Walker, Director of the Florida State Soccer Association. We're going to have a raffle. If anyone wants to come up and participate in the raffle for a free subscription to Soccer with Doug, I've covered soccer in Atlanta for 18 years, formerly with the Atlanta Journal Constitution, and now we do everything. We got some stickers up here and other things. If you just come out and fill out a piece of paper and put it in the bowl, we'll have a trophy. But let's get started with people. People, thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. So it's Mercedes-Benz Stadium ready for the 8 matches it's going to host in the World Cup.
We are ready and we're excited that Monday can't come quick enough. We've been working on that for years. We put grass, infrastructure, whatever, everything together. Can't wait for Monday. We actually have the first match tomorrow. It's called the validation match. So it's to Houston's playing to make sure broadcasting and everything works. At least the ball is starting to roll tomorrow. That's exciting for us.
So FIFA requires that all signage in the stadium be covered up. When you're walking around the stadium and you don't see any of the things that you saw before, is that an odd feeling?
It is very odd. The most odd feeling is all our clubs, all the suites that we have changed name. So Delta is not called Delta Cup, that's Pitch Side and VVIP and Trophy Cup and Champion instead of Harrods and Money Beast. And FIFA has been doing this and that in that place. And I always go, where is that? Yeah, because we're so used to what we call the stadium.
I can imagine different. Yeah, I could imagine it's secret, but also a stadium without the landmarks that we used to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the most challenging part of getting around and hosting 8 matches?
There is no one thing. It's all together. So it's the new signage. It's what we call playing stadium. Come over the commercial marks. It's the different requirements they give us in food and beverage. It's the competition requirements. Everything all together. There's no one thing. It's just so many new things all together. And you need to deliver all of it.
When's the last time you had a good night's sleep?
What was that?
When's the last time you had a good night's sleep?
Oh, I think the best team. I got the best team in the industry, and the best team in the country. So we will do well. So I'm not worried about anything that doesn't cost me so much.
What can people expect to see when they come to the stadium?
So if you come to the stadium, you will see slightly different colors. The blue from FIFA everywhere in the dressing. You will see grass on the field. It's going to look fantastic. And it's going to be just an awesome atmosphere in an international environment. So we're going to have a ton of Spanish guests all wearing the Spanish red. On Monday, playing the Blue Sharks. We have first time in the World Cup. We're tremendously excited. It's going to be a fantastic experience.
Now, the fan-friendly pricing is still in effect at the stadiums out there.
Fan-friendly food pricing, street level food pricing is something we do at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium at every event. It will not change. It doesn't matter what we have, whether it's FIFA, football, or whatever, or concerts, these prices will always be the same.
And again, I've done lots of this and people are excellent. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, CEO of Life and Black Sports and Entertainment. How does hosting these 8 matches compare to hosting a Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl is one day. So CFP Super Bowl, the big football games, they basically start in earnest with the loading about 7, 8 days in advance. Obviously, you plan for a year plus, but 7, 8 days in advance they start. Then there's the game, and 2, 3 days later they're gone. So call it 2 weeks maximum. FIFA, the exclusive period starting May 15th, the load-in starting May 15th. Our last game is actually July 15th. So it's 2 months. And then the load-out, it's another week starting. So we have the 9 weeks in the stadium. way different generation.
Has it been the biggest challenge of your career?
It's been the biggest event for sure, of my career. But you take it one day at a time. You put it, you're dressed like you're an elephant, one piece at a time, and then it works really, really well. Maybe if you compare FIFA being an elephant, it's not that long.
Again, we're having a raffle for 3 subscriptions to the Fortnite Done website. If you're a big Lightning United supporter, come on, get your name on this piece of paper, put in the bowl, with why you're going to get a free 3 month subscription to the website. And we're also having a merchandise giveaway too from there. We can pick some merchandise. Um, how are Austria doing this World Cup?
So we qualified again.
Right.
That's something that we're really happy about. I am from Austria, everybody. That's why that was the question. We have the group with Argentina, Algeria, and Jordan. And I think it will be between Austria and Algeria for the second spot. We only expect Argentina to win the group, but second spot, and then we'll see if we come second, we will play Spain. So there's almost a good concern we might have an easier game. We'll see. But we got a pretty good team. Our players play all in the strongest base in Europe, in Germany, in Italy, and England. So we'll see. We'll see how we do.
What was your first soccer memory, out of curiosity?
My first soccer memory goes back to the World Cup. Probably the first team I can really clearly remember is 1978. World Cup in Argentina. Austria played Germany, and there were group phase. After the group phase, there was another group phase back then, and we beat the Germans. And that is in huge shame. Austria, the small country, beating the mighty Germans, and sent them home 3-2 goals of Pasquanto. And I think you could have played only on every state in Austria. Everybody was watching.
And what position did you play for?
When I grew up, I either played left back or I was, no translation that comes to my mind for that in English. I played man-to-man defense against the opposing 10. If the other team had a really good 10, I got to play that 10 and started from the beginning to the end. I was not the most technical, the skill player on the team. I probably was the top condition player of the team, and that got me to play till I was 17, and then it was over.
We got some Paraguay supporters here for the game, 9 o'clock tonight on Fox, the U.S. versus Paraguay. I know that's why y'all were here. Other than Michelob, primary sponsorship, what is your beer of choice when you're watching soccer?
So I come from Europe and never think I'm a big European beer drinker. I'm actually not. I like light beers and lagers. So Miller Lite or something like that is light beers. I kind of much more my taste than the heavy German beers. If I drink something else from Germany, it would be extra. Hefeweizen.
Okay. They have that device in here. Tonight. American Outlaws is going to have a sign up later tonight, and I believe they're going to have merchandise. Still for the table later tonight. That could be a lot of fun if you're not already a member of the American Outlaws. Who's your World Cup winner? What's your prediction?
So my top favorite is Spain. I see the one semifinal being Spain versus France. That's the one in Dallas, the three falls. And I think we have a really good chance for a first class match in Atlanta between Argentina and Brazil. That would be pretty cool and pretty exciting. Could be Argentina, England as well. But I think it's going to be Argentina, Brazil. And I have Brazil making it and losing to Spain in the finals.
So that would be 68,000 sold out.
Oh yeah, I thought there was 70,000. Stadium Argentina Brazil a week before. Remember with the Copa? Argentina played Canada, last in the Copa. We had 68,000, and that was the openers we had. So we will be sold out yes.
Next to the fan-friendly pricing, the other question I get this long is how does the field look? So how does it look?
It looks fantastic. So we have the advantage, we put grass in for 1990, but then we have a lot of wear on it. And in fact, it was good grass, but it worked really well. But in some days, in particular, with they put that grass in early May, it was soft, and nobody was on the grass, no use until June 15th. So the grass can really grow. We mow it up a couple of days so that the glow lamps, the light can really go down to the roots, and it's thick and nice. It actually looks fantastic. I was on it yesterday, checked it out. We're really, really happy.
And what advice do you have for anybody here that's into the games that you're so interested in?
Uh, Look, World Cup is the biggest event, biggest sporting event in history. We got 8 games here. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy it at Mercedes-Benz Stadium at the game. You know, that works for you. And also take advantage of the fan fest. Fan fest opened yesterday. Mexico, perfect game. Fan fest was full. It is free of charge, but you have to register for it. It was full of big jerseys for Mexicans scoring in the 8 minutes. The atmosphere is out of this world fantastic. So enjoy the fan fest, enjoy the stadium, be part of it.
All right. Thank you, Deep Honor. Very much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Next, we're going to have Michael Ridley, Vice President of Marketing for Atlanta United. And again, we're having a raffle. Free subscription. I saw here. If you want to take some paper, click the voting. You know, put your some stickers up here too. We have the town and they show you that possibly a subscription to the list.
You just posing too much? It's not wasn't that much, but like this might fix that issue.
Probably getting solid.
So adjust the high end if there's too much. Yeah. Just the high end if there's too much of the feedback. So get the high end, focus on the high end, and then hopefully that. And if you can't hear yourself, so swing it up the volume of the that's too much. That might be.
All right, with that, we got Michael Ridley, Vice President of Atlanta United, with 5 strikes. Is here to talk to soccer again. Is the U.S. going to win tonight?
Yeah.
So how much will the U.S. win tonight? 3 goals, 3-0. We got a 3-0. All right. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, what were some of the things that Atlanta United is trying to do around the Metro Atlanta, around the state, to help increase its presence during the game?
So, it first and foremost, we're in partnership with the host committee. So, the goal is match day minus 1 and on match day to get together the fan fans etc. And then, obviously, we're partnering with our partners such as this one, the host watch parties. And then we're actually teaming up with Emmy Neutral Library for an exhibition about football fashion. And then we've got the National History Museum. We're going to team up with all the land sports for immersive children's experience. And then the Civil Rights Human Rights Center is opening next week an exhibition about soccer and the force and good that it is. So what to be is additive for every angle of the game, either youth, fashion, or actually the feels for good that soccer can be.
And I like to take a watch fest.
Yes, so then again, some game watch fest now we have the pub partners and we'll be teaming up with Coca-Cola for their final watch party and then also we've got Meaning Blazers coming in and 3 live shows. So and just there's more and more programming as we go. So it's very exciting time.
I'm going to put on my marketing hat for a second, using the activations. What is the goal for all these activations? What is it letting young kids get out of this?
So honestly, our job is to bring people together to experience the magic of the music together. So that's our goal. If you then decide to support Atlanta United, great. Of course, we want you to experience soccer and the magic that it has to bring people together. That's ultimately it.
That's pretty easy, right?
Well, we hope. Let's see, but then again, we have to remember that sometimes you can come together and your team might lose. It's not that you have to be able to take the rough with this team.
I want to be able to
I mean, so you look at the host committee's been working for years on this. So Jupiter and other people in the building has been arguing for years. I would say last week when we really got to begin to look at what's happening in the city and where, and especially in these museum exhibitions, you need to allow time to curate it. So I'd say about a year in advance. But then some of the work that has been, in the last couple of months, really nailing down where we're going to be, how we want to be, and understand what the different top markets do.
How is this different planning for a city or trying to get planning for a season?
So, it's just the magnitude is what I think everybody is feeling is up on next big marathon. Like the season is also, it's a marathon, you've got now coming 17 million, 17 away, your February to October, maybe November, and maybe playoffs will get to December. This is 1 month, 34 days of soccer. You've got the world's attention. So this is about how we bring people together. That's what we're trying to do. Whereas in a season, you're going through the ebbs and flows of the season. So you have to pivot and adjust. Like if you're winning, great, but if you're losing, what's the storyline? And how do you get the city to rally behind the team?
Your backstory, how you got to your planning?
Okay, so I started working in film and entertainment movies, and I then went into advertising. My dream was to play soccer. I wasn't good enough, but I did come to college in the States to play. And then I was invited to Miami, so I launched into Miami, and through the Messi arrival, and then I went by USL, and one of the clubs I always looked at was Atlanta United. It's like the gold standard. It's a massive club, the facilities, the fan base, the city, and a job opened up, and I'm shooting anyone in the ring and trying to on it. So that's how I got here again. But for me, football is like part of my soul. It's what I grew up. I have an unhealthy addiction to jerseys.
So how many jerseys do you have?
At least about 407, I think is the latest count. So it's a lot.
And what was your first jersey?
My first jersey, it was in 1990. That's the first World Championship. So it was an Arsenal jersey. And also the England Blue Lions one was number 19 on the back, which was Gascoigne's number at the time. So 1990 is when I really started my journey into jersey.
And it's the most recent one you have.
The most recent one was actually Hungary, because I went to Budapest for the Champions League final, and when I visited the country, I buy their jersey. So even though they didn't make it, that's actually the last jersey I just purchased last week.
Of the 48 teams in, who has the fullest jersey?
Of all the things that I think for stars away jersey is spectacular, and that's going to be very difficult to hands on. I do have one there. I love the stars and stripes that the US have done, but I think in this one the tournament with jerseys overall, I really do. I love the Japan away. I think it's spectacular. Japan always has awesome jerseys, so we start with choice.
What makes a jersey unique?
A jersey unique to me. So I look at jersey like a timeline through life. So it's more about the memory as in what was happening in that life in that sort of time. So 1990, I got the English one with the collar. And then 98 was the first time we buy the name and numbers on the back. So that Ronaldo name was Zidane's name. And then I feel 2018 to Nigeria was spectacular. I have really started a new evolution in jersey design.
What's your most valuable?
My most valuable jersey for signed, and which is two, probably I have one Argentina one signed by Messi and Maradona. That's pretty valuable. And then I have a replica of the Brazil 1917 World Cup final jersey signed by the three goalkeepers. That's valuable. And then I have a 1966 replica signed by 9 of the 11 of the starting lineup of England.
I assume these were the same from
Yeah, they're in school, so they're in school. Sometimes I'll need to use them for things like that. It's cool. Yeah, so I'm very particular about my training and very too. So.
Did you ever go to Charleston and see their kids and they had
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I think we'll see more and more exhibitions about jerseys. This jersey culture become the forefront culture now. And you see a lot of vintage soccer stores and all that. But actual jersey exhibitions, I think are going to be a real thing moving forward. To me, there's a new subculture like sleeper culture.
There's at my United supporting J.R. Francis and people who has probably a couple of hundred Manchester City. It's not.
Right.
It's Manchester City, but especially the Manchester United company. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, like, all jerseys are great, and I think in fairness, the US has got some killer jerseys this year.
Is this the each year?
It's as good a shot as any, right? It really is. I mean, if you think this is the best shot since they would say, what, 2002, the golden generation, so it certainly would be. And I don't think it hurts when you look at the success of Arsenal and four players that was a team. But I mean, then again, you could say this is Portugal's best shot. Ronaldo's last dance, and there's so many spectacular teams. And what's going to be interesting is the heat, humidity, and travel is going to play a big, big difference this time.
I think this is the best generation of players. But Portugal, Belgium, and it's a group by youth, golden generation of players. Japan, South Korea. It's going to be fascinating.
Oh yeah, and thankfully the more I bet in MLS, so I know Gary really believe in this. But I think, especially when you look at Portugal now being here, I think the two guys who have Saint-Germain, Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva, yeah, and Charles Neves, and then is what the Ronaldo factor. You can't rule out Messi ever. But I think they'll learn how to interact with it, and maybe there'll be one or some dark horses. You always got a phenomenal squad of people talking about them, and Haaland and Odegaard, that is possible.
Holland is very team all by themselves.
And Odegaard, because he plays for Arsenal.
Who?
Okay.
Arsenal?
Champions of England. Champions of England, we know what we are. Thank you.
I don't look at it, no.
No. Who's the champions of England right now? I'll go to that every time. For 300 days, I can say that.
I'm just going to point to the trophy case right now.
Yeah, but you're only as good as your last trophy.
That is true. Who's your World Cup winner?
Spain.
On over?
I should say the bracket. I think it was it Spain? I look at my bracket right now and tell you that it's definitely Spain is the winner. I can't remember on the other side of my head that going up against. I'll find it. But yeah, definitely La Roma. La Roma.
Okay, Spain over.
There you go. You were a very intelligent person because we had the same team, but I disappointed that you can have it. But I think it would go far. But it's not Spanish team.
It's so young. It's just so weird.
Yes, I mean, and you just look at, also you just look at the top managers in the world, we're going in Spanish. The best midfielders in the world is Spanish. It's sort of strange. The best defenders in Brazilian. There's been hard to tell on its head in football this year.
It's fascinating that two teams being a hot tackle. Argentina and Brazil.
Yes, that's true. Well, I'm not rule out Brazil or Ancelotti, but when you look at Brazil, you would be like, well, this team is defensively strong, but maybe in attack not as potent. And Argentina, yes, they are 4 years older. But even Messi, and when he puts his mind to it, he can single-handedly win 4 minutes from games. So you can't let him down that. Don't go for it.
Let's put it to the US, the team everybody's here.
Okay, everyone's here. Is everyone here in US fans? Some power like you. Let's get down. Okay.
Is the USA going to win? No one thinks the USA is going to win?
Okay. I have been willing to man.
You have to put it to who's the best scorer for the USA?
No, that's a tricky one. But, I suspect they're going to be not moving with it. You know what I mean? Like, just not going through a Pulisic or something. I think you're going to, goals are going to come from elsewhere. But I couldn't say who. But I think the US will win today. I think with that home crowd advantage, and they need to win today to kind of take that pressure off and get them a good start. Because it's not an easy group.
It's very tough. All of it's going to take.
Yeah.
There's really not a heavy. So all the groups are good. That being one of the 5 teams to follow this.
Yeah, they can. Look, that makes a very interesting round of 32. Really interesting 32. Maybe there'll be some surprises, but the US need to come out and win tonight because it just is a statement. And I think it will stop the pundits talking and everybody. Because I still get this feeling that some of the pundits are questioning whether the US can do it. And I know they have to be polarized and have opinions, but at this point, it's like we should get behind the US.
I'll remind everyone that the American Outlaws are here tonight. They're going to have a sign-up and merchandise that goes on that. We got a raffle for soccer league subscriptions. You can fill out a piece of paper and sold. That's the name that's strong. Or get the free subscription. It's the best soccer coverage in Atlanta. I mean,
it's the best coverage in America. We'll do it that way.
Thank you very much. We got some merchandise up here to give away. If you're interested, just come out, fill out this paper, and roll. How far will the US go here?
I mean, I want to say as far as like, man, I think round of 16 now, round of 16. I think it's going to get very tough in the round of 16. So I think I'll get there. I mean, but by this time, the movie is once you get to the knockout, anything can happen. That's the beauty of the sport, right? And I think round of 16 should be the goal. I mean, they go beyond that, that's success, but anything round of 16 is huge too. And I think I'll get that.
When does it learn how to have played once the season picks back up and they'll come in?
Well, we come back in and we actually have a game against Nashville on the 17th of July away at Nashville. And then we're back on the market in mid-August. So, the social week gets me and that's like 15 months there. So, this could be this huge pivot, but I think the national fan base just lives on. We've got some work to do, but I think the sporting side are working hard on that. So, I think the second half of the season is an exciting one for the club.
Now, Uzbekistan is a bonus team for the tournament. They're heading to the run now. We were both out there on Thursday.
I think it's a beautiful thing to see having kind of in like training facility, which has all those real in the game. And that just kind of underscores the status of the Lancers as the epicenter of soccer in North America. And that's who we're probably countries in there. And I think Uzbekistan, I think they're going to go about it quietly and the white leaders can want to do something. They're very professional, they'll get training is great, they look organized. And Canada has that experience, and knows how to win. So I think they're one to watch.
Outside of the boost stations, which are automatically branded versus the tournament, I think Uzbekistan is the first team of any transition to qualify.
Well, they certainly take some hits in Germany in a good way. And I think that's the management of the World Cup. The unexpected can happen, and I hope that the city can kind of get behind them as well as our local guys, the team that's based there, and help them go as far as they can.
Is there a group stage game in Atlanta you're most looking forward to?
I think actually, South Africa will be interesting, but I'm looking forward to Spain, Saudi. I think that'll be interesting because I think the first Spain game, Spain are going to, be efficient and come out. But if they've got those 3 points, like the second one, like the World Cup qualification, so I think they'll really come out and see them play. Lamine Yamal, I think will probably be ready to start the second game. And I mean, that's why we pay to watch players like Neymar. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think the most exciting game could be the last one because it could be a chance to get to the back. This 3 points is almost a guarantee for the But then in the Congo, like they're talented.
It's going to be what I think every game will have an amazing atmosphere, and I think it's going to be a great spectacle. I'm just, given the technical ability in Spain, I can't wait to watch them. And Saudi are just inside. Let's get to get Saudi beat Argentina.
That's true.
So they could put an upset.
Anything else you need from the supporters or soccer fans in Atlanta?
I appreciate all that support. Stick with us. We're going to get on the right path, and I hope everything enjoys the World Cup and the magic of coming together to enjoy the beautiful game.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're going to come back in a couple of minutes with Jim Walker, executive director of the Georgia State Soccer Association. If you have a child that plays soccer in the state, I see a fascinating conversation because everyone else in Michigan is training that might make your life a lot easier and a lot better for you and your child. Well, two people are talking about it. I would say that you did say that next week. Yeah, that's going fine. I mean, no one's doing a raffle, but hey, I got some people. I appreciate it. Right there. Give him a hat. Oh, he won the raffle. Okay. He won the raffle. Right. Oh. And if you want to read, I also read the book. Trouble with Winning. It's a fiction story. They did it alcoholism. You can find it on all the different websites. I like it a lot. Take a look at it. your life.
Sorry, that's making me relax because nobody's going to hear me.
We'll start again in a minute.
I'm gonna-
Yeah. Hi, everybody. How's the food? So I'm gonna answer. You guys have a little bit of See a lot of friendly faces out there. Tim, Bert, Ryan, Lily, Tyler, Will. A lot of friendly faces. We've got Joe Walker, the Executive Director of the Georgia State Soccer Association. He's going to join me here for our last segment. I want to remind you all that the Soccer with Large stickers. If you want to subscribe, the QR code is on the poster. You can fill out a piece of paper with your name. If you win the raffle, I give you 2 months subscription to the website. Well, we've got merchandise to give away here too. Again, we're thank Fadós for hosting this event, asking me to host this event. The minds of the American Outlaws for the here tonight for the United States Games of America. They're going to have merchandise. We're going to have a sign up if you want to join the Jackass. It's a fun organization. It should be a heck of a game tonight. US Paraguay 9 p.m. and Fox. Jimmy, thank you for joining. Thank you very much. So, talking a little bit about the grassroots effort, Georgia State Soccer, to help grow the game. And so, sure, we actually just announced 6 hours ago, the new initiative on soccer. And what we're going to be doing there is essentially make declarations of the community around the sense of the area. It's involved to that. Initially, what we're looking for is focused sponsors that will allow us to issue grants to our member clubs, to our various organizations, player registrations, referee education, field improvements, things of that nature. Free recreational soccer for kids in the state of Georgia. It's pretty huge. That would be huge. It would be huge. We're one of the first rounds, if not the first one in the state of Congress challenge. We're moving directly to see if we can. Is it models? Is any other state governments here? No, we are the only state that's started it. Family, I have the high school, and the Georgia State Soccer Association. Was the developer of this concept, going as us. We just called it in the shop down here. And to help us push this thing forward. So it's going to be an exciting time. It's going to allow us to do the exciting. That's actually, so how many participants do you have at Georgia State Soccer? So we've got approximately 40,000 on the adult side, we've got approximately 20,000. So we have 45,000-ish right now. And we encourage you to stay for how much is it about 30,000 how much is it over for the next 2 years? It will obviously initially
He's learning, obviously, a program. He's a behavior that is very in the local nationals here. Since roughly 22, we've seen a steady increase in participation registrations. And I think probably the end of the year, we're going to so much more than the build on. We're really to have incidents in across this country, and particularly in Georgia, with the national training center. It's free and soccer trainers. They've overseen jobs, particularly to local areas. How is it for us? I think we're going to bring the game to people in more showing economic realities and the other factors that really is learning. We hear so much about what's that sort of fun. This is going to be a lot of always to try and make kids as young as 2 or 3 years old can't really remain without being aware. Is that the biggest hole that we hear from parents is that they I think so, yeah. We hear a lot about it as getting older. We think it's more expensive to play. The US soccer is trying to involve the dynamic and future state, which would basically, instead of a pyramid system, create 3 bylaws where you have a recreational player, you've got a competitive player, and then you have a pretty professional player. They're all different, they're not based on uniform. If people want to find a solicitation, they have to pay where they go. They can go to our website, georgiasoccer.org, read about them under programs and events down, just down there in the sites, and it's also operate. You can also check us on social media. Again, we just posted it about 6 hours. That's going to cost some of your skills is fantastic. We're excited. So I'm talking a bit more about some of the initiatives that we're soccer has launched and how Georgia State Soccer Association is working in the plays elevation. Sure, we were just involved in the African Pride program, this birthday soccer, and working in African Sport National Training Center. We've worked with them now. This actually activated the website, and the whole area site, and anybody with a disability to find it with disability on the website to find where you can play. That's good. Whether it's step, organizing, infantry, you name it, it's on the website. It makes it easy for the inside traveling for somebody to find it. If anybody wanted to watch the see the national team for US soccer, the college chair, the century, the black teams, it's a lot of fun to watch. Probably a bunch of stories about those teams. It's fascinating. It's awesome. But it's enriching. It's just fun. It's like absolutely. And the great thing about it is we're simply coming to the internet. I've mentioned the center and just direct soccer's happening in so I think that's going to be a really fun opportunity for us to really have you got really done for national training centers before? I think experiences. I'm going to be Dr. Brian and see everything that happens out of this. And their last game, they don't play when the men's national team is training and right outside the ring. It's impossible. So if you middle school grounds, you'll be in those it makes it phenomenal. It's hard to do. So in the sport, in the country, because it's the best training facility, and so better than Olympic facilities. But it's a great and we put it up in the American flag. We really partner with each soccer players. They were absolutely fascinating. We had rules and goals on the side. It just looked like the concrete and represent an event. That's how I spent today. So why soccer do? What got you into the sport? What got you into leadership? I remember I went to play the other people. And I was a kid that was too small, so I wanted to put somebody aside there and soccer. It's like I got a coach. That got me into it. I played Davidson, went to law school. I was married for about 5 years. And then once I had my 2 boys, we just realized that this is better. I don't think it's better to be out of the field than the soccer field. It was just a natural transition from the media career into the soccer career, allowing me to make a bigger difference in the game with the kids in society. Was it true that stuff on something that you brought up? No, I grew up because of it. But we have much better facilities now that he's gone provided a bit more money than I provided.
That's a beautiful kid. It's great. It's a great tribute. And even then, it's a beautiful house.
Listen, I love doing that. I have the prayers my older son is just graduated from the NCAA. It's half of that. My younger son's a junior at Southern Power, equally impressive this. But I love it as a long bit as
By how much is the US going to be paid? By how much is the US going to be paid?
I think we're going to take it seriously. I'm predicting a great win. My older son and my wife are actually there right now. I just see this live stream, so we're watching. It's nice seeing you right there. They're here watching the game. Already appreciate you being this.
I forgot to mention Jason here on Mother's Day. Appreciate his support. So again, tell people where they can find more information on this program that is eventually going to make soccer free for their kids recreationally in the school.
Absolutely. JourneySoccer.org. You can find it there on our programs and events account. Or you can find us on social media. We posted about 6 hours ago for different documentaries on the policy on social media. As we give away tickets, we have information about the events on there, how to operate. So we've got launch parties, and tonight, next Friday, the 25th, and then several days thereafter.
All right, I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank Fadós for hosting us here. Sorry for the joke. Before the US plays the Rainbow, Fox tonight. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I appreciate you. We can wrap this up now. Thanks to all of you for the effort. Still got a couple more minutes. We're going to do a sticker. If you want a sticker, there's a poster right right there. There's a poster in the bathroom. The QR code. It's the best coverage of the school. Thank you.